guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Smarticus. Now, with every coin there's always two sides, one good and one bad, and we're talking about bad today. So I'm gonna list off my top 10 least favorite games of the year. And by least favorite, I mean worst. And by worst, I mean games that really didn't live up to the hype, or games that were just plain terrible in general. So with that said, let's start this list off with number 10 on my top 10 worst games of 2015. Number 10. Tony Hawk 5. Man, what a disappointment. It's a real shame that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 was such a letdown to the dedicated fans out there. You would think I would have a much more grandiose reaction to the failure of this game, but you know what? Another time. Number 9. WWE 2K16. Now, even though I do enjoy this game every week live on Twitch, it is a broken game. A terribly broken game. Almost like a polished turd. Looks pretty good, but honestly it's still WWE 2K15. Really their only solution to make it enjoyable was to add more things in rather than fixing the basic gameplay mechanics. Now, don't get me wrong, WWE 2K16 has some good stuff. The creative suite got a full makeover including belts, arenas, and the like, and the roster is massive with superstars from WCW and ECW, but again, they didn't fix anything that really needed fixing. Number 8. Guitar Hero Live. You know, it's really nice to see that in 2015 we have advanced technology to the point where we have such pristine, crystal clear graphics like this. Who'd have thought that we'd be playing games with full motion video in 2015? Honestly, this has to be the laziest work by Activision as a whole. Did their budget not cover hiring a graphics team, or were they too busy just toying around with that newfangled movie studio of theirs? Also, why exactly did they change the guitar controller to display the most confusing arrangement of fret buttons I have ever seen? But then again, it's Activision, and you know their mantra. If it ain't broke, let's definitely change it. Number 7. Battlefield Hardline. Battlefield Hardline was one of those games that compared to the hype was very lackluster. A simple game of cops and robbers but on a grander scale? That's amazing! Then the actual game came out. I realized at that moment what I was actually playing was just the beta with extra maps and guns. Number 6. Evolve. Talk about games riding on that hype train. This game was the hype train. The main problem with Evolve was the fact that even though this game was made by Turtle Rock, you know, the company that made Left 4 Dead, yeah, even though it was made by them, this game was literally unenjoyable unless you had 4 of your friends on standby. And speaking of the hype train, number Tony Hawk 5. Hatred for Tony Hawk 5. Number 4. Hatred. Hatred did just more than becoming the hype train itself. It rode the fucking controversy train to Cashtown. Hatred is just the love child of Hotline Miami and Postal with a Sin City aesthetic. There are dozens of better, cheaper games that do what Hatred does, and does it well. Which leaves one real reason why anyone would actually want to play it. Murder innocent people. That's it. It's just a game that tries to be super edgy while ironically making you feel nothing because how linear and repetitive the game is. Number 3. Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 was the low point of the series, and I mean low point. Honestly, you could have totally just made 1 and 2 and everyone would have been satisfied, but let's be honest. There is one phrase and one phrase alone that keeps this series fucking alive, and that phrase is, "What I really love about Five Nights at Freddy's is the lore." And to that I say, what lore? The lore the fans made up? It was just a game about sentient robots who kill in the middle of the night, and the only reason that this game has an extensive universe is because of fan fiction. Anyway, what puts it so high on this list is because of the gameplay. Endless repetition, door 1, door 2, look behind, look in the closet, keep getting better at it, that's really it. Number 2. The Order 1886. Man, this was such a good movie. Chris Columbus did a great job directing this action epic. Wait, it's not a movie? So they actually placed the letterboxing there? Huh, for a 4-hour game, you could have fooled me. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a great looking game, but just the fact that it's only 4 hours, you can make the argument that it's quality over quantity, but that is some shitty quality. And the number 1 worst game of 2015 is The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. Just kidding, it's Tony Hawk 5. Tony Hawk 5 is a literal disappointment in every regard. The graphics are previous generation tier, the game is riddled with bugs and game-breaking glitches, the online gameplay is broken, and the create-a-character system is bare bones and sits on a throne of lies. And fucking Lil Wayne is in this game! Young god diddly damn Wheezy is in this fucking game? That is where I draw the line. And you know what the sad truth about this game is? It only exists because Activision's contract with the Tony Hawk franchise was running up, so you know they had to kill one more franchise by churning out the biggest piece of garbage as a final fuck you to Mr. Tony Hawk. And you know what? I really should have known better. I should have known this game was gonna be shit because of the lack of advertisement, as well as the fact that the team behind this made Tony Hawk HD. It was like Activision saw what Robomoto did and they put it up on the fridge with all the other video games that their companies have made. And of course, by fridge, I mean out to retailers for $59.99, you piece of shit! Hey everyone, Smarticus here. Hope you enjoyed this top 10 list of my not-so-favorite games of the year. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and give it a like and a comment and all that jazz. But with that said, I'll talk to you guys on the next episode. This is Smarty, signing off.